Thanks very much. I'll just give you a little brief intro of who I am if you've not come across me. I've been around affiliates for 18 years, kicked off in 2002/3 with the Buyout Network, if anyone has very long memories or is very old, which was acquired by AOL and then became part of AWIN. Since then, I've been client side for a year or so, which has set up a program from ground up in the web hosting field. So I've done this from the sharp end, trying to find damned affiliates, and it's not the easiest task in the world, as we all know. So kind of what part of that experience and my experience network side was that, yeah, there used to be a tool called Syntrix years ago. I'd used at Buyout, which was incredibly geeky, enabling you to find affiliates. But it really was hard work. And the only other alternative was using something like an SEO tool, which could be monstrously expensive. They're much cheaper now, but they are fairly generalist. Or it's the usual kind of dig through Google or whatever by keyword, which is not the easiest way of finding affiliates. You'll find that only a small percentage of actual websites that are out there are actually affiliates. So what we wanted to do is try and create something that made more sense and makes the whole process much easier. And that's what I've been doing for the past few years. So what I'll do is I'll share another bit on the screen here. So we've been working with Affiliate Future for over a year now, a year and a half, perhaps, I think. And we are integrated into the Affiliate Future network with our tools, which analyze all of the system and analyze all of the affiliates that are in the platform and advertisers, and enable you to find new affiliates for your program really quickly, really easily, in a dead simple looking interface. Deceptively simple, I think, is the phrase which I would use, because it belies what's actually hidden behind it. And there's massive machine learning and AI, which actually kind of processes everything you do and everything the website does. So if a blogger in fashion decides all of a sudden to add a whole load more shoes retailers, the machine learning will say, right, okay, yeah, that changes what vertical we think they're more relevant to. So it builds relevance and enables you to find what you're after. As part of that, there's also an ability for you to extend the view. So as well as into the thousands of affiliates that are in Affiliate Future Network, there's also the mainstream publisher discovery platform, which looks at every affiliate across the internet. And I'll show you a bit more about that and show you what the difference is and how much extra that can bring to your program. There's a page here which will be on the Affiliate Future interface, which talks about the partnership we've got, what's in there, the fact that there's around 3 million affiliate websites linking to 468,000 advertisers. So that should be enough to cover pretty much anybody. And how it all works, things like that. There'll be things like the training webinar from today. We'll likely be doing one in January. So if I've talked too fast and you haven't understood a word I've said, then you get a chance to listen again. And then there's also user support in there. So we've got a widget in the app, we've got a help center, we've got some blog articles which cover all sorts of other things. And also you can either book a direct meeting with me if you want to really find out in a granular way how it can work for you. Or just send an email. So, and if you just want an update for all the blog posts, do feel free. So if I flick on the next tab, what I'll show is what you probably see. So within your interface, you'll see this as an iframe set inside your Affiliate Future merchant account. I don't have one of those, so I can't see it in there. So what I have to show you is just a browser-based version of it. So pardon me looking over to this side, because otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. What the platform offers you is an ability to look at thousands of affiliates in the platform and understand which ones are going to be the ones that are most relevant from your perspective. Now, unfortunately, we're not using an actual client account because that would just be a bit naughty. So we get some of the random things will not work. But if you were in your own, I don't know, this is called Future Beds, I think this was the name for this one. If you're in a mattress account or in a flights account or some kind of different sector, the very simple thing to do is click on the relevant score, and that.
I think have we switched over to the tab? We're still seeing the intro screen at the minute.
Oh wow! Why is it not sharing? It should have. Screen sharing, a new share. It should have done desktop 2. Is that right?
That's better. There we go.
That's better. Okay, then. Cool. So yeah, for the past minute or so, I was just waffling on about that screen there, but you'll be able to find that through your own your own system.
We'll circulate the link for that as well, along with the recording.
So yeah, so what you can do is click on relevance, and that will show you all the ones that are most relevant. Now, if we had a real company that was going in here, so if you were a flights or travel agent, or if you are a mattress retailer or whatever it might be, this will show you all of the sites that are most relevant to your business, and they'll show up from top downwards. You can reverse that if you want, that's by clicking on there and reversing the arrow. You can also look at value as well. So different affiliates will have drive different amounts of revenue for the network overall. What clicking on value can do is that can show you the ones who actually drive the most value and actually are the most useful in terms of driving sales. So top vouchers code, which I think is not a real one, is probably unassigned affiliate. Yeah. So and then there's some of the ones you'll probably come across: top cashback, Quidco, Fiverr, SmarterClick, Skimlinks, etc., etc. So you can see really simple there. There's also an ability to pull in total score, which includes some of that, but then quite a few other bits and pieces as well. So that could be the best place to go for, to actually find the ones who are most likely to be an immediate kind of, the lowest hanging fruit. I would also add a slight caveat in that some of these guys here, Skimlinks, Quidco, SmarterClick, do bear in mind that particularly at this time of year, those guys will be getting around between 2,000 and 4,000 emails from advertisers wanting to join their program every month. So you might not be top of the queue. So it's always worthwhile thinking of, and we'll come across, we'll come onto some other ways of engaging with people. But what this gives you the ability to do is, if you want to go back to relevance, let's find the ones that are most relevant. Oh yeah, Ronan online shopping might be good, or mattress sale. So if you're after somebody in your sector, you can visit the site, or you can invite. I don't know if this will actually do anything because I'm not on the, that will come up with your invite publisher information there. So there you go, Future Beds affiliate program. So very simple. You can just simply click out, invite them, and they'll receive a notification within the AF interface. That simple, really is. And you can add them to favorites if you definitely want to make sure you're adding them. What that means is that the ones that you think, oh yeah, they could be really handy, I like the look of paper deals as well, whoever that might be, because they're joined. And you can look at the favorited affiliates at a later date. Really simple, just by using that toggle switch. There's also a few other things you can play around with. So once you've got this list here, you can have a look. Say, for instance, I just want to have, say, for instance, let's have a look at technology and computing, and maybe something like, I'm trying to think what else might fit under hobbies and interests, which covers two little areas there. So that way you'll get people such as global affiliate programs, Italian wine club, you'll get things that are more appropriate for you. You can really find the types of affiliates you're looking for specific. I don't like the look of illegal content, but there you go, somebody might want it. But it gives you an ability to have a real dig through and find affiliates that are specific to your sector. So if we were to go just for technology and computing, you can see DVD Web Zone, Paid to Review, UK Wins, Reward Gateway, Casino Reviews, Zyra's website still going. Wow. I thought he died about 3 years ago, but there you go. His site's still rolling. I think he's still paying his fees. You can also look at this from the view of who's actually new. So within the context of your account, you'll be able to say who's actually live on your program. And I'm not sure this will show anyone, probably won't, because it isn't a real program.
Yeah, test account.
Yeah, it's a dead account. Yeah, you can find the ones who've joined. Now they're the ones that who've actually joined but aren't sending any traffic. So there's no sales happening. Or you can look for the ones who are pending. So the people that you've actually send out a message to and say, yeah, please join our program. That way it's really simple for you to chase up on the people. So okay, don't pay full Groupon key vouchers. We've sent out a request, and it might be that you send a message to Chloe to see if there's another way of contacting them. It might be different ways of talking to them, things like that.
Exactly. And that's one thing we always do say in any form of publisher recruitment. for you guys, if you've ever sort of sent a couple of invites, a couple of emails, and for some reason you can't get through, as Chris said, it just might be a busy period with tons of emails coming through, let us know and we can try and put you in touch directly. So that's quite a useful tool for the pending aspect, so you can see who you need to chase up on.
And then once you've kind of exhausted that avenue, you can just go for the one to a new. So they're the people that we haven't identified as being attached to your program. So literally all of these guys here are open opportunity, so a chance to grow your program. I had some long conversations over the past year or so with Steph from Master of Malt, who's used these tools exhaustively, and you might have seen the PR that we put out about it because it was a cracking story. And basically he set up Master of Malt program and needed to grow the program, and using mostly this, but also some of the external view, finding affiliates from different countries. You had the ability to find new affiliates, grow the program, and over a period of 6 months, he added 50 new affiliates to the program. And those 50 new affiliates actually accounted for 26% of the overall website sales from the following 6 months. So that's the kind of effect you can have by extending your program and growing it and finding the right affiliates to grow your program. And of course, does you no harm at all internally inside your company organization, makes you look brilliant to the CMO and to the board, and probably doubles your salary, I would say. That's what I do anyway. So that's the simplicity of it. There's other tools in here. So you've got a burger menu, as they call them, at the top there, where you can click through to the same things. You can also, if you want, reach out directly, leave us a message. So you can send a message, or you can search for something like, I'm trying to think, so what is gap analysis? And that will deliver a little kind of idea of some of the stuff that's in the help center. There's a link through to the help center as well. So whole articles on stuff, look at a title, and that will show you kind of what's in there. So do feel free to use all of that. So if you think, okay, I've exhausted all of the affiliates on Affiliate Future, so that probably will take you a little while because there's quite a few there.
A few of them,
So
yeah.
But if you wanted to look outside, for instance, so for instance, with Master of Malt, what they wanted to do is extend into the Nordics and Germany and find affiliates that they weren't aware of. They were able to actually deliver there. So you wanted to find people who are specifically across in those areas, in those markets. So what you can do is a very simple upgrade, and it's not as frightening as it looks. I've asked the guys to change the wordings. It looks like, do you want me to slap you around the ear holes, and do you want me to take money out your pocket? But it's not like that. It's very simple. So we're putting some actual words on these pages in the next few weeks, which will say a little bit more. So currently this account here, this test account's on the current plan, and you can choose to add 3, 5 or 10 competitors to choose from. So if you're in a fairly tight niche market where you've only got a few people who are doing similar-ish things, something like that might be enough. And it's a massive saving over retail. If you were to come to Publisher Discovery, generally that'd be 99 quid. So you get a great discount through Affiliate Future as well. What I'm going to do is go and select a plan for the unlimited one, basically just so I can do everything. And the beauty of that one is I can change my vertical anytime I want. I can change all the competitors all the time. We've got one user that I know of as an agency that uses this exhaustively, and they had, when I last looked in, 147 competitors in their system because they're looking for multiple clients. So yeah, it will take literally unlimited if that's what you want. So if you select the plan, very simply, that gets added to your Affiliate Future billing, so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to fish for a credit card, but you can also change plan at any time. And once you've done that, you can go to any of these tabs here. So you then get a chance to look at my vertical, so what we've got in here, travel accessories, for instance, which just happen to be in there, which is quite useful. And you see some of the things have changed now. So we haven't got a value score because we don't know how much they're driving, because what we've done here is we've now looked at 3 million affiliates websites that we found across the internet that are linking to about 340 different affiliate networks. Now that includes stuff that you would never need to look at in the world, you know, A8 in Japan and Yishifa in China, Commission Factory in Australia, ShareASale in the States, and hundreds of others. But what that means is that you have this massive 360-degree view of the internet world, which gives you massive flexibility. Now you might think 9,400 is just too much. Bear in mind that you might be UK based, but affiliates don't think in terms of countries. You will find Polish affiliates who are selling into the UK. You'll find US affiliates selling to, you'll find Indian affiliates by the thousands selling into the States, UK, Australia, everywhere else. So don't discount other people in other countries, because you may well find they can be very useful, as Steph found when he recruited from Master and Malt. But you can do a very simple country slice. So for instance, if you just wanted to have a look for all of the guys in the UK, and you might want to bring in Ireland until the 31st of January, 31st of December rather, and add them in as well, because you can recruit to their programs too. And that will spin that round, and it takes it from 10,000 in that particular vertical down to probably a couple of thousand. By the time it takes a little while to actually kind of resolve on the screen, it's doing all that in the background, bringing the rest of that list going downwards. And you can see very simply then that when they're brought in by relevance, you got, there you go, Destination Overlooked, New Zealand Pocket Guide, The World Is My Playground, Travel with Brothers, some really, really relevant things to the travel accessories vertical. And as before, very simple. You can see there, we've got contact details. The contact details are brought in from a third party called hunter.io, which you might have used to try and find affiliate email addresses in the past. They're all GDPR compliant, which means you haven't got any problems with contacting people via personal. So you want B. Bergman probably is the person, I would guess, that manages TripSense. Within the context of this, what this will do is that will click out, that will open your email client, as you can see there, and fill in with whatever you normally have as your standard format. And then you can send the email to contact them. There's also a little thing here, mark as contacted. So you can do that, and that then curates all that information within your account, which means that all the time you know, all right, I've contacted them. You also get a chance to add to favorites if you wanted to as well, so you can do it there, or you can do it with a star, or if you wanted to, for instance, if you want to hide somebody, you can as well. With some of the others, and I'll flick through a couple of the other ones because I can't remember which ones I've got, but yeah, see Destination Overlooked. There's also got Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. So if they're not responding to your email, I would strongly suggest, and it's something I've heard from a few people, set yourself up a specific Twitter handle, or if you're in fashion, set yourself up a specific Instagram account, which is your brand AFS or something like that. So if you're something like Hugo Boss AFS, I think probably Hugo Boss's Brand Guardian would say, no way. But you might want to do something like Boss AFS or something like that. Because if you follow somebody on Twitter from, say, for instance, British Airways or BA AFS or something like that, if they're in a travel affiliate, they're going to follow you back to find out what's going on. Once they've done that, you get a chance for an open conversation to happen, which means you're cutting underneath that email radar, because they'll get a notification they're being followed by BA AFS in the account. They check 100 times a day. So you really do cut through there. And you see we've got two people there, Delisa and Delmar. So pick a person, or you might want to have a quick check in something like LinkedIn, see which one of the people is the person who's more kind of marketing or commercial led. Really, really simple. You can also click out to visit the site as well. With some of the others, I'll flick through. You can see here that TV Ticks has got a dev site as well, but with some of them you'll find that some of them have got multiple other sites, and I'll probably won't find any of them. One of the ones that comes up quite often in the fashion area is something like Cosmopolitan, and then other sites comes up as 98. That's because they've got 98 other websites which are using the same Google Analytics account. And the beauty of that is once you contacted somebody, you've then got a nice skein of people to go through, because they'll all be talking to each other because they're all in the same commercial organization. So it's a really handy one. Or you get to find an affiliate who's got 5 websites. Again, really powerful stuff. So it's very, very simple. If you're working in a team of 2 of you, if you as account director, for instance, are going through and you've made your favorites and whatever, what you can do then is show your favorited affiliates, send that list to your account exec, and oh, I've only hit 1, so there you go. And if you've got a number in there, then you can say hit the favorites and go and recruit those guys. Really is so simple.
Or if you're account managed, if you've got a dedicated account manager in your account, that's a tool you might want to utilize. You can select which ones are favorites, and then your account manager working with you can go and help with the recruitment, particularly if it's on My Vertical. They might not be on Affiliate Future yet. So that's where you can reach out and work with your account manager on it.
Exactly. Yeah, sure. So very simple, relevance as you expect. Traffic score. That traffic score comes in from another third-party integration from SEMrush, which means you haven't got to pay for a SEMrush account as well. It's not perfect, as you probably have realized in the past if you've used SEMrush or SimilarWeb or any of the others. And so it is a bit kind of there and thereabouts. Not going to be absolutely perfect. But you can, if you want, say, okay, let's get rid of all the ones who are really low score and cut those 4,000 down to a more manageable set of something useful. And as you can see, it does that really simply. And you see CameraRock, oh yeah, that's cool. And you can see it's starting to deliver some people who've got decent traffic and some decent other connectivity. There's one there with some other sites. So Travel in Portugal also owns cornwalls.co.uk and Devon Guide. So if you've got something like a multi-country accommodation thing, like a cottages or that kind of business, there's 3 opportunities for getting listings where you might not have had it before. So very, very simple to do that. If you decide you want to add more in there, I've not gone to competition. I thought I'd gone into the competitors, but then yeah, so you can look at the ones who are live on your program. You can look at the ones who are joined. There won't be anyone live. There might be some who we've got as joined. So if they've joined to your program in Affiliate Future, these ones have shown up as joined. Then you just want to go for the new ones to recruit just them. So it's the same kind of functionality, and it gives you a real ability to just dig out and find the ones that you don't already know. The next tab along is where it can get quite exciting. So if you were, say for instance, I'm trying to think, I was thinking British Airways before, but I might think, let's say something like parking. So if you are Purple Parking, or if you're a parking company, you might want to think, okay, let's have a look for purpleparking.com. Is there a .co.uk as well? It looks like it's just .com. Maybe they've changed their tracking. I'm sure it doesn't seem that many, but you can search for anything that's in there. So parking, My Parking Pro, airport parking. So you might want to bring, where is it? Australia, you don't need an Australian airport parking, so airportparking.com. And you might want to add a couple of others in there. So airport, see what else there might be in there. And it gives you an idea. Aberdeen Airport has a program, it seems. So you might want to see who else is in the airport space. So if you're in that sector, that just gives you an ability to have a real dig through and find all of the people who've got affiliate programs who are in your sector. And very simply, that then brings in all of their affiliates. So you can see, okay, these sites are all linking through to somebody involved in airport parking. Now, if I'm in that vertical, you know that these sites are all have links on them that link through to one of those retailers. If you want to find just the ones who are linking through to Purple Parking, you can just choose that one. And basically, you're finding out stuff which you couldn't find any other way, which is basically finding out who their affiliates are. So that's their list. So if they're your direct competitors, you want to empty their affiliate list. So basically, it just gives you an ability to dig through, find out who's in there, and who that you want to recruit. So for instance, if you think I Love Traveling blog is your perfect partner, click through there, contact Marion, and maybe follow her on Twitter as well, maybe even Instagram if she's got an active Instagram thing. So you can see there, very simple. Click on that, it'll open her Instagram, accept the cookies from there. So there you go, Love Traveling blog, and she obviously does love traveling, as you can see. Just gives you the ability to really find in a more rounded way all about this potential affiliate before you send out, would you like to join my program, which you know the results of that one. If you actually say, I love your blog, I love what you've written about this, this and this, I was at Villamora last year, that kind of stuff. You can actually engage with somebody. Remember, they're people. They're not just numbers on a screen. They're not just a list of domains. these are people, but so you can talk to Marianne on a one-to-one basis about what you both did at Villamora, and oh, you were only there a week apart last year, that kind of stuff. You know it. It's all, if I always say, and I've never stopped saying it, the affiliate industry is a people business, and it's about engaging with those people. Yes, it's a business. Yes, it's all about money and referrals and sales, but it's the people that actually drive that. So very, very simple to dig into there. Once you've got your competitors in there, you can actually kind of dig in a bit more. So you might want to remove the low traffic score ones. You might want to kind of say, oh yeah, that makes more sense, but let's order them by relevance, have the most relevant ones by, I'm not quite sure why it's done that. For some reason, it's brought in everything doubled. Glitch in tech. So if I did a screen refresh, it'll probably change overnight. These are all UK ones anyway, so you don't need to change it. If I was to choose Canada, nothing would appear. So you still got the country stuff in there as well. You can change that. So for instance, after your first month, you might want to say, okay, let's have a look at something different. And if you wanted to have a look for bigger things, so you might want to have British Airways, yeah. And then you might want to say, for instance, add in there, say KLM, .com, 76 partners. Who else is in that? Emirates would be a good one, I think. 283 partners. Air France. And I think, if I'm right, yes, that will have a different program for each country. So that's the kind of stuff you tend to find. So if you just want the UK ones, I'd go for those ones there. But bear in mind, people are flying not just to the UK in Air France, they're going all around the world. So you can catch people who are French affiliates driving traffic to people to come here. And you see there, you get then an entirely new set of potential affiliates you can add to your program. I'll reset the filters to get rid of the traffic score. And so we can then have a look at, from that status, let's just have a look at all the new ones. And that cuts that down to 72 results. So there you go. God save the points, discount holidays, code promo FR, which is a French site, shopping vouchers, co-UK, deals and save. Very, very simple. And here's one of the examples. So yeah, this is so Kingsley is probably not a commercial. He's probably one of the journalists on the newspaper, because they also open Business Live, Cork BEO, Examiner Live, Kent Live. So yeah, that's one of those publishers that publishes hundreds and hundreds. So if you can get into that newspaper group, that I think will be much more complicated. So find out who it is. Mirror UK, Mirror Group Newspapers owns all of that lot. So that gets you the ability to actually dig in much more deeply into an overall potential new affiliate partner. Bear in mind, as I said before, they will have thousands and thousands of approaches every year. It might be the way into Mirror Group is through the local newspaper. It's always worth a shot there as well. Once you've chosen all of those, you can then also have a look at the gap analysis. So for instance, British Airways, KLM, Emirates, Air France, what this then does is this looks at the overlaps in the programs. And you can also, if you've got your own domain, you can add that in there. So for instance, you might want to change that, and I'll maybe add another one. I don't know who it might be. So if it would be another airline, let's say QATAR, can't spell, always helps. And you can see it very, very simply. Qatar Air, I think, QatarAirways.com. And you can see very simply, there are all those 468,000 advertisers in there. Update there. So what you can then do is you can show, yeah, I want that against Qatar Airways. And that will then show the overlaps between your program and everyone else's. So it looks like they're doing pretty well. They've got quite a lot of affiliates on there. So if you cut that down to just the 2 overlaps, you then get a chance to see who is linking to 2 of my competitors, but not me. The beauty of that is if somebody's linking to only 1 flights people, that might be the only flights they deal with. So you get that thing. You certainly get it in hotels. You get, we see on the booking.com, for instance, on the in-house affiliate program, there's 114,000 affiliate sites or partner sites. But a lot of those, all they're doing is they're taking the API from booking.com and mashing it out into thousands of pages or sites like best 4-star in Denver, best 4-star in New York, best 4-star in London, that kind of stuff. And you've probably seen those kind of fairly thin sites. So what this does is shows affiliates who are linking to like sort of Track or Loyalty Lobby, or on this one, Get Surrey or Liverpool Echo. They're linking to Emirates and British Airways, but not to Qatar Airways. So if you were the Qatar Airways affiliate program manager, then these are going to be your targets. Say, okay, yeah, it's the same group, Shop Mirror Group newspapers. So literally that simple. So if you want to think, okay, stick those ones in, we need to talk to those guys. Really, really simple. You're curating that data for yourself, adding to the favorites, pass that over to your account manager, and they can go out and get them. It's very likely your Affiliate Future account manager will have a relationship with Mirror Group newspapers somewhere along the line. So always worthwhile reaching out and leaning on them.
Definitely, yeah.
So that shows how simple we make 3 million affiliates look like. Bear in mind that if you're looking at other stuff, I think somebody did some analysis a little while back, which was saying when they looked in SEMrush for a similar kind of thing for people linking into a program, only 3% of the sites they found were actually affiliate sites. So do bear that in mind, because there are thousands of general just SEO links which are out there that are not monetized or partly monetized. The beauty of these, every single one of these websites is operating as an affiliate. So it means you've really shortcutted it. And I think it was one of the Affiliate Future team a couple of years ago said, yeah, it saves about 5 hours a week in just looking for affiliates. So the My Affiliates part of this is free in your account. So if you're not using it, you need to be. It's there for nothing for you. We just want to make sure that once you've exhausted that, you come to us and you upgrade to you look at your competitors and look at your vertical. That way you can then really expand your program and start really kicking forwards for 2021.